And why you are making a one-pager here in Product Run? So first of all, this is the paper for our mentors to understand that you are really very cool and potential team, and you need to go further, because they will pick up from 55 teams which you are now, they will pick up only 25. So please make their work or job as simply as possible, so they really can like grab the attention from the first blink. That's why it's really it's not obligatory, but it's really highly suggested, strongly suggested, that your one pager is somehow designed to help you deliver the information already with the colors or with some kind of style what you have chosen. So just to create some kind of understanding for the mentor. And this is like what I was trying to say, that the only what you do with this application, even if you go to the investor or I don't know, to candidate to another program, you really would like them to like your idea. Because as you might assume that startups are highly risky, and you have so many of different obstacles and so many of different pieces of the puzzle what you need to put together, that unfortunately you have a lot of possibilities not to continue. So this kind of empathy what you can create with your one pager, with your documents, with your letters, is already like one step further. Because sometimes I really see like very good ideas just get lost because they are too complicated described, or they're like in spring there were one very good solution. They have reached even finals, but when they sent me the first one pager, it was like the problem is an ignorance of the like basically of all of the colleagues, that the problem is there, but nobody wanted to solve it just because of they're so ignorant and stupid. So it's not the way how you can create the empathy towards your idea or towards your team. So never ever do this. I will skip this, and and again, so if you are talking about now the product run one pager, so it will be just for our mentors and for us. So we need to understand what we're doing, and we need to understand that you are fully dedicated and you know how to go and you know how to use the money what we do, what we give you from product run. And but also you should also like pay in take into consideration that after I'm reading the one pager, I need to understand what should I do. So if everything is very fine, then like, okay, then maybe you don't need to spend time in product run. Then maybe sometimes there is a very good idea, but it's such like presented to us that everything is done already. Prototype is there, MVP is there, we have market, we have investors, everybody is committed. We are just like push the button and fly. So maybe then it's, you know, mentors are also trying to select those who really needs the help. And those who are really like one step on the market and they maybe don't need to spend time in product run, then of course. So just think about what you want the person who is reading your one pager do. So this is like according to everything what are you doing, all your letters, all your pitches, everything. Just create the empathy towards you, and also make some kind of, it should be some kind of transparent call to action, that yes, we know that in product run we need this, and we can benefit from it, and then we go as a rocket. Then the next step is always exclude all, like basically all kind of buzzwords or too technical terms. This is the last what you want to person who is reading your documents or your letter do not understand you. It doesn't mean that the only mentors who is really experts in your field should read your documents, your letters, or your proposals, or your one-pagers. But there are other investors, for example, who is, for example, if they're investing to the, I don't know, health tech, they know how the system works. They know what kind of money and what kind of resources are moving around. But they, of course, are not so well in tech about some specific words or some specific procedures. So do not create this uncomfortable feeling of, oh, what are they doing? Why? What does it mean? You know, sometimes I read the sentences and I literally cannot understand anything, like what is written there. So please squeeze away all kind of water. You don't need these buzzwords. If you put in one sentence all possible boosting innovation into the most I don't know, highly dynamically developing field, it's so many words, but it's absolutely zero of information. And if you can imagine, if I just get this text, then I like put away, and I'm like feeling that I just like spent some time, but I haven't got anything. I don't know what is your idea, what you're gonna do, why you need money, why you are here. So, and for example, I have written here some examples that this is like one liner that for example, we built a disruptive service in food delivery industry. And as you can assume, it can be whatever. It can be Volt, it can be Bolt, it can be even some new restaurant, it can be, I don't know, some app about how to, for healthy food, whatever. So from this one-liner, I haven't got absolutely zero information what these guys are gonna do. And this is real one-pager. So all the examples are from real one-pagers, what we have gone through in Product Run. But the idea of this, of the solution, what was described, like we built a disruptive service, was to build a mobile app for dog lovers. Can you imagine? Like there is like, because there is a million of different ideas what you can put after the buzzwords sentences. So just skip it. Do not do like this. Wait. And this will be your first task. Please, in 7 words, try to explain what are you doing. So you explain your idea in 7 words. So 1 sentence, 7 words. And write it into the chat. And those who are trying to follow us in Facebook, sorry. The feedback for the one-liners is available only for Product Run teams.
So I'm sorry, now we should describe our idea in 7 words, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Like in a sentence or just independent 7 words?
In a sentence. Just create me a sentence, but not more than 7 words.
Okay.
Okay, George, I already see. Are you okay if I just start to give you the feedback and some maybe not very nice comments for your one-liners?
Oh, of course.
Are you okay with this, that we are now online on Facebook, or we should stop the stream? Yanis, I cannot see, because I'm sharing, I cannot see everyone. Is it okay for everyone? Okay. Okay, so George, you are the first. The map you want in your pocket. So again, it can be like, you know, some very tiny piece of paper. It can be app. It can be, I don't know, some, you know, this cartoon from Disney with the island of Treasures Island. They have
treasure map,
map in how?
Yeah, it's a treasure map, yeah?
Yes.
It could
So
be that.
I think we lost Jana. Could it be? Or
Yeah.
just for me?
My one letter was so bad that it cut the connection.
She went away. No. Okay, let's wait. And Jana will return. So while we're waiting for Jana, I think rest of you can share your one-liners as well.
I'm sorry. You see?
Welcome back.
Thank you. I try. Yanis, can you please send me all these one-liners, because now I see the only two last ones. So using thermal sources to charge electric vehicles. It's like thank you. So using thermal sources to charge electric vehicles. What are you doing? Are you doing electric vehicles? Are you doing the thermal energy? Are you provider of thermal energy?
Wat crazy dat je exists.
What? So are you creating a new approach how you are using thermal energy?
No, it's building the charging station that uses thermal energy to charge.
You see, it's absolutely so now from your one-liner, I cannot read out what are you doing.
Yeah, originally the thing is it gets way over 7 words, so it's true that it's a bit.
Okay, I will allow you to use 8.
All right, give me a few minutes.
Of course, electrochemical capture of CO2. Gulnara, I like your idea, but maybe because I know what are you doing. But
Yes,
the idea is clear that you are electrochemically trying to capture CO2, and for what? To maybe electrochemical capture of CO2 into formic acid to, I don't know, later use as an energy source or something like.
Yes. The idea as you understood.
Yeah, I know your idea. Yeah.
Okay, great. But I was able to express it right. Yes.
Yeah. Of course. Let's study. It's everything for you just to study. So I don't want to be, the lecturer at the university.
Okay.
Then transconnector environment for road haulers to grow and succeed. Transconnector, where are you?
Yes, here.
Yes, I also know your product. Then again, it's like too generic. What does it mean? What kind of environment? Is it some kind of, paradise for drivers, or like to grow, succeed? What does it mean, succeed?
Yeah, we are really struggling with these short overviews because we are so business to business in a small niche, and we just changed our business model when joining the program. So we are struggling, I'm honest. That's why I'm here today. And
yeah, but you are making great. So just try again.
Okay.
So again, you just can look, for example, as Gulnara has written that exactly. So they in one sentence, the idea is to put into one sentence what are you doing like with value preposition. So everyone should understand like. And those who are making this, getting this skill onto the top, they even can create the understanding of the problem. Okay, so the map aggregator for busy people to order flowers. Vera, why you use the word aggregator?
I don't know what's better, application or aggregator.
I would say that it is some kind of a scheduled assistant for people to, I don't know, deliver flowers or to like to order flowers. But the idea is in your app is not about the ordering the flowers, but about the delivering the flowers. So to giving them to somebody, or you have changed the idea.
I'm not sure about only delivering, but I'm thinking it's about subscription at firstly.
I'm not talking about the business model, but about what are you doing. So this is the assistant, where you have put already the dates of Jana birthday. And just on the date, you don't think about it, but Jana already gets the flowers.
Yes, also.
Also. Or just you get a reminder that it is Jana's birthday and you can order flowers from this on that.
So now we have three
So it's
types.
not an aggregator. It's not an aggregator. Because
No,
aggregator,
is a
it means
technical
that,
solution. Aggregator is a technical solution. I agree. It's not about product. It's about the solution only.
Okay, then let's go. Making machine learning easy and accessible. Again, you can specify a little bit here that is it a training consultancy person who is coming and starts working with me, or what it is, who and how is making machine learning easy or accessible. You don't need to put too much of the adwords. So so this easy, accessible, dynamic, nice, and beautiful. Then
actually updated it. Now there is word software in the beginning.
Offer?
Software.
Software making machines learning easy and accessible. Is it okay, it can be. Because it's like, it seems, so it's learning app where I'm just learning how to work with machine learning. No, what it is?
Well, it will minimize the amount of hassle that you have to go through to actually use machine learning.
How?
Well, everything will be like simplified. So you don't have to like manually specify much. But if you do want to do that, it will be possible.
I still cannot get like how. But I suppose we come back to this after we discuss with you the problem, what you are solving. And then we, like, sometimes it's much more easier to come back and figure it out the one-liner. Okay, we built the folding kayak for fishing. Okay, so this is like very easy, that folding kayak for fishing. Okay. I don't know why you need folding, but okay. At least it is very clear. So thank you, Yanis. We transform your waste into gas and electricity. Then it's the same as it was with electrochemical capture of CO2. that you can a little bit specify. Is it like what, from where you transform, from, for whom? Because like there is in Iru here in Tallinn, we have the big plant they are burning the biomass to produce the electricity and heat. So are you the same as a Iru, or you're something different? So you can specify a little bit.
Just a question, but like we make it with anaerobic digestion, but also people don't know what is that, and explaining that takes a lot of words. So,
but you can definitely put into the one-liner that it's for the small houses, or like how you define it, like for whom it is. So is it like 1 megawatt boiling house for small and medium enterprises, or it is for households, or it's for, you know, for small villages? So you could define this, so that then it's already much more understandable, okay, in what niche and what sector you are working. On-demand learning from top industry experts. I could criticize a little bit, but it's rather okay. But the only what maybe is that this on-demand, what does it mean? It means that it is a platform where you can get whomever partner, or does it work the same as a masterclass, that there is like experts of the like top experts, and you can go through their seminars.
Yeah, on demand it means that you can log in and the courses are already available at the time when you want to learn.
Mm-hmm. So this is, you are somehow competing with the masterclass.
Yeah, but it's a bit different, since masterclass is mostly focused on entertainment and creativity, as it was built mainly for, it was created mainly for entertainment. Now it has a wide range of courses. However, Growth School will be focused specifically on business knowledge, and it will be taught by industry experts from the business field, which is kind of a different market than masterclass.
Very, very crowded market. You should find your niche very, very well. Yeah, but the one-liner is good. So, but maybe a little bit specified that this is really platform, and so there is a courses. Otherwise, it can be, there are many of the on-demand, like the platforms where you just log in and you are typing your question, for example, or topic or some struggle, and then the experts from all over the world, they can react on it. So this is also one of the opportunity to read out from your one-liner. Okay, matchmaking platform linking students, companies, universities together. Then you can really like make it shorter, that it's matchmaking platform for students, companies, and universities. And then you like, so what? So you link them, and are they gonna eat cookies together, or what? So
I went out of words.
okay, they get, but you should like continue this one-liner. So it should be like make it, and this is how we make world better. We solve your regulatory compliance issues. This is motto. This is when I come to law company, I want them to solve all my regulatory compliances and issues. So please specify it somehow.
Yes, I already changed it. How it would sound like SaaS for businesses to solve their main regulatory compliance issues. Is it something that would give a better understanding or first understanding quickly?
Yes, it's much better now. It's really understandable what they're doing. But let's see what about your problem. Then it's maybe it will spark in my mind how to make it better.
Well, we haven't really decided what the focus will be, but there are certain regulatory issues that derive directly from the law. For example, you have to abide with the competition regulations, not to break them, and it's for the big companies. It is their lawyer who does it usually internally, but actually the small and medium-sized companies have like no options at the market right now. But this platform provides them easy way to solve those issues with up-to-date regulations, and also this includes also a training platform and the overview of the employees trained on regulatory issues, and so something like that.
Okay, then you could think about some kind of assistance or something like that SaaS is like more the description of the technical solution, but not the value. What are you bringing? But the value is, as I understood, that you, like for small and medium enterprises, you could substitute the necessity of hiring the lawyer.
Yes, and keeping your legal documents up to date. As the law changes, automatically the regulations in your internal company change also.
So it's not SaaS. I mean, for the founder of some kind of company, it's not SaaS. It's like, I want my papers be in like some certain place, and I know that if something, you could look for the one-liners and the description of DigiDoc. DigiDoc. Sorry, food docs.
Ah, yeah, it's pretty close one. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Thanks.
And they are really cool because we have also given them money.
Okay, good.
We are searching negative information about potential customer. Oh, it's again. I even like the description of your idea in your proposal. It was something about the reputation or something
reputation
like
tool, yes, which is searching and analyzing information about potential customer.
Yes, you see, it's much more better because this is not good. I mean, like, what are you doing? Are you sniffing for the negative information? Are you some kind of hacker?
I stick to 7 words.
But you can try to play around this reputation. It will be very nice.
Yes, thank you.
Tool for early detection of dementia from MRI. Maybe I'm very stupid in the medical world, but it seems to me that it's understandable that there is some kind of tool. What is doing? It's early detect the dementia and how it makes from MRI. Boom. AI-driven IP intelligence engine for pharma. Have I understood correctly that you are trying to teach the AI for them to to do what?
Yes, it's me.
Yeah,
yes, basically it works like a Google for drug discovery scientists. So if there is a new formula or chemical structure discovered in a lab or on a computer, designed on a computer, we help them dig through all the patent databases and scientific information to understand, is this particular molecule actually new or novel?
So you are substituting the person who is this woman who is working in IP agency?
Yes, we are giving them tools to automate a lot of that manual workload. Yes.
Cool. Then I would like you to add this at the end, the same what you have explained now, that it's an engine for pharmaceutical discoveries or something. So if there will be vaccine for COVID-19, then they will also use your engine to look through that maybe there is something similar or. Okay.
Yes. Is it already patented somewhere or protected or actually published?
Cool.
Thank you.
A modular microgravity simulator enabling repeatable quality experiments. Yeah, I do remember this. Very cool idea. Okay, if I do know a little bit of space tech, then I do understand, but I don't know. Maybe you can try it. You know what is the best validation of your one-liner? You just call your grandma and said, you know, I haven't come to you, not because of the corona, but I haven't come to you because I'm creating a new product. And this is a modular microgravity simulator enabling repeatable quality experiments. And if your grandma will understand you, then it's very cool one-liner. Then let's provide online work management environment for micro companies. Is it some kind of like Trello or Slack or Aso? Can you?
Yeah, sorry, I have some voice in the background. But yeah, it's pretty much for as simple as possible for micro companies managing their daily work and their employees. And also there's a little side to it. They are also available on a like an online marketplace with their services, but that's hard to implement into that one-liner.
Okay, let's see what.
That's the environment part, yeah.
Okay. Okay, a more efficient antibacterial solution for medical devices. Annalisa, this is like always try to keep more efficient, the best, and so on, because you never know what is the reference. Because what is the good, what is a little bit better, and what is the best, and what is more efficient. It should be like some kind of more measure, even if it's not measurable, then some kind of like
maybe I can say, because we have very clear proxy here. I'm from Annalisa's team, if you remember Olesya here. So we have very clear proxy here. We compare our product with silver-based antibacterial products. So basically they are the most efficient now. So I understood your point. Maybe it's not the best wording, but so here we have clear numbers. So we know that it's like 5 times more efficient. I think this is why Annalisa put this kind of wording.
So yes, just try to skip this more or most, because it's always a little bit confusion. And if you are if you have this reference as a silver, then there is like you have. I do remember that you have had this issues with toxicity, so you can mention this. Like to play around this the safety or something like this. Okay, system that allows to charge car everywhere. Too generic. It's like the system. I have a very old car and there is a system, and in every gas station I can charge my, at least somehow I can charge my car. Oh, you know, I have this crocodile, and I can charge my car. So we cannot get the system, like we cannot get the answer. What are you doing? Like what kind of cars? Is it electrical cars? Is it like fast charger, or is it like, what is this? Or is it like suitcase with, I don't know, hydrogen, and you are creating some very, very fast production for electricity of the hydrogen.
Sorry, Jana, that was, I'm on the same team. We changed a little bit the sentence while after she puts in, we thought of something like cleanly charge your electric vehicle anywhere, or
You are trying to make the advertisement. Try to make me understand what are you doing, and if I give you my money, what you do with them.
Gotcha.
So just like, it's not an advertisement. You are in Prodatron, so I already love you. So it's not a question.
Yeah, gotcha.
So that's the process that you want to hear in a sentence?
I want to understand like what is the product and why it is necessary.
Okay. I have one more version. Right? It's a bit more technical, but it's also in 7 words. So it's system transforming thermal energy to electricity for EV.
Wow. What you see, like first version is like charging everywhere, and then we understand that there is thermal energy, what you are transforming into the electricity. Come on, it's 2 different like worlds. Okay, but so is it some kind of additional device what you would like to install to the electrical vehicles?
No. That's a system where you can charge it.
No, it's actually a charging station, like any charging station that you...
Charging stations to provide like transmitting the thermal energy as electricity into the electrical vehicles, something like this. But you do better, of course.
Thank you.
Okay, so oh guys, is it okay for you? I go through everyone, so nobody feel themselves like out. But it's really important that you could like understand that one-liner and one-pager is not your advertisement. You're gonna work with landing page. You're gonna work with the crowdfunding campaign. And then later on, you're gonna work with digital marketing, which is fully advertising and marketing. Then you should use your nice and catchy sentences, to attract people to research further what are you doing and give you their money. But now we are just trying to make mentors believe that you should go to the finals and get 35K. So software for call centers that prevents agents burnout based on calls analytics.
Where should we write it?
In chat.
I don't see it in chat, what you are reading. It's not personal message, no?
No, for everyone. We are very open. Yanis. But maybe what we see in chat?
Maybe I will try to start.
Yeah, also, like, I haven't seen some of the message ideas you have read in the chat. So
because when I was dropped out, then our Yanis has copied me like the history what I haven't seen, because when I dropped.
Do you see my message?
No, but now I see that everything is open.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, yeah, we can see your message.
I see 7 messages in the chat for everyone.
But maybe then your connection was also not very stable and you were dropped out somewhere. Then
I came later, but
Adam.
But I already saw 5 messages when I came.
Sorry. Then you just enjoy my voice.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so the software for call centers that prevents agents burnout based on calls analytics. I suppose then you can just adjust it a little bit by the linguistics, that it can be like just call centers analytic system to prevent the burnout of the agents. So a little bit like in another way, that what are you doing, where and why, and it will be like very clear. Raiku, affordable biodegradable packaging material to substitute bubble wrap. Yep. the only then maybe you can also mention here that it was from the wooden waste, if I'm not mistaken, then it's also something. But what you can also see and analyze is Woola is the very good team and very good startup. They just raised money, and they are making also biodegradable packaging material out of the wool waste. So you can like look through how they are creating the sentences and value preposition. Okay, SaaS for business to solve many regulatory compliance. We have talked about it. We give migraine patients their life back. Carl, this is the advertisement. This is not one-liner. Cleanly.
Do you have any suggestions?
Please remind me what I'm doing.
We have a platform for patients and specialists that interact in one application.
Was it like the calendar or tracker for the headache?
Yeah, that also, yeah.
So try to elaborate on in this key that is like monitor or like with both sides for the patient and the doctor and something like this, because now it's fully advertisement.
Okay, thanks.
Cleanly charge your electric vehicle anywhere.
We already discussed about it, Jana. It was us.
You know, cleanly is just a bio-based blue light blocking glasses. Road hauler toolbox for work, financing and success. Transconnector, you don't need to put success everywhere. Because if you make sure that the road haulers, they have their bills paid or like prepaid, and they have cash flow, and they can manage their own companies, the small companies, everything is good. So the success is when you are talking with your clients. But when you're talking with mentors and investors, you need to pursue them that this is the tool what everybody was lacking, and now everybody would like to buy it. Solution that makes silver more efficient. Why? Okay, at least I will think about but it's I'm not very happy with this one-liner still. Okay, smart and fun digital assistant for better music practice. Is it some learning tool? Instrik.
No, it's not e-learning. It's as it said, it's assistant for learning. When you practice an instrument every day and 4 hours, this helps you like go more fun in more fun way and tracking your activity better than just keeping in your head. Yeah, it's very
some kind of like listening app, which
in short, it could be like a fitness application for musicians. Yeah, but with some gamification options, more gamification options and some fun stuff inside. Specifically for musicians, it's listening. It's aggregated and processed by machine learning algorithms, and we can track different aspects of performance as well. And it's for professionally
professional development.
Yeah, professional development. It's not for amateurs mostly, but it could be used for amateurs who are
okay, but
somewhere.
Then you should also, in your one-liner, you should specify for whom. So not only for better music practice, but for like professional musicians, something like this. Yeah, you are muted, but I do understand that you are not agree with me.
It mostly for professional. It's not for professional musicians, but for becoming professional musician. It's not like oh, today I play, tomorrow I will not play. It's for fun, just but it's who are learning music in music school mostly.
Okay, let's think about it. I suppose my brain is already burning. Helping e-commerce customers save time by smart locker. Do you think that the smart locker is already so well known that you do not explain it? So for example, you can use like this Google or Uber or something like this, which is already very well known, and the name of the company or the product is already became as a noun or verb. So Googling is already verb in the dictionary. Taking Uber is already like known, that it means that I'm taking the car sharing taxi. But I'm not sure that the smart locker is so understandable for everyone.
We don't have a good name yet for our product.
Yeah, but you shouldn't put, I mean, in one-liner, you shouldn't put the name of your product. It should explain what are you doing.
It's not the name of the product yet because we don't have a good name yet, but the idea itself is to have for private houses stuff like I have behind me right now. And basically it's like a Postbox 2.0.
Postbox 2.0 you use in your ads, but in here in one-liner, please explain what is this, and without the buzzwords, which is not like terms in the dictionary.
All right. So basically 7 words is a hard one, but what you can do is...
You can skip the parcel C.
Yeah.
Oi, okay, the next one, digital headache clinic to connect patients and specialists. So Carl, where is the migraine? This digital headache. It's like digital headache. You know, when I'm zooming too much, I have digital headache.
We should use migraine there.
I suppose migraine is understandable. It's like very clear, and because of you are like, this is a word from the dictionary, so you can use it. Because the digital headache is like, I don't know the digital headache clinic, but when I starting to read it, it's a little bit confusing. Okay, and then we have this, we bring space flight to a Petri dish to improve basic research. I love it. So this can be also, it can also work. So let's try to
Where are you gone? Are we online?
Yes, we are online, but maybe she's not.
Yeah, seems like Jana has lost connection or something.
Maybe we are in another room.
She left the building. Live on Facebook. We are live. Is it windy in Estonia now?
It's actually pretty cold here. if I put real picture behind me, then it will be really, really cold. -7. No.
We have 0, I think.
And it says that on Saturday there will be also some snow coming, so be ready for that.
We have already snow in the ground, on the ground, at least in Tartu.
I'm in Viimsi, so northern side of Tallinn, just a couple of kilometers to the north from Tallinn.
We'll have snow on Sunday, I think, in Riga. So what will we talk about?
I can talk about our product, of course, which is behind me right now. You can see.
Cool design.
Yeah.
Go ahead if you want. Interesting.
It's for private houses. So basically, whoever gets something from internet and buys something from internet, they have their private lockbox behind. I mean, all the delivery guys can leave your stuff into that box, and even your neighbor can put some stuff in, because whenever there is nothing inside, it's open, and it also sends a message to the owner. So basically, whoever puts something into your box, and you will have also message that you got something.
What if someone wants to like kill you and puts a bomb inside?
Yeah, you can put some bomb sniffer inside.
Yeah, definitely they can. I mean, they can do it also today with your post box. So same stuff. So there is no warranties that nobody will put something interesting into your box.
So this is not filtering.
It's not filtering what's inside, yeah, not yet at least. But the good thing is that you get the message, and it has actually more than one like room inside. So basically, it's for S, L, and M packages. And
just in case, Jana will restore her connection. She lost internet for a bit, and she will join in a second. I think you can continue the discussion you started.
And design, yes, I like myself also. And it's totally no electricity, no nothing actually. So it's based on battery.
But at the moment, it looks it is for quite flat surfaces. So maybe there should be some more variants for legs.
There is actually even possibility to put it on the ceiling. So basically, there will be no bottom. And from below, it gets like how to say, like this, yeah, on the ceiling. So it's a possibility, and it also keeps your groceries, so you can get groceries also into it. The size is actually pretty okay. It's about 60 centimeters wide and a little bit deeper.
But anyway, so in order that someone not stealing that box away, maybe it should be like based on some concrete, maybe concrete.
Those legs they have like holes, 4 holes inside, and you can put the screws into the stone, so nobody can steal it. And if somebody still wants to steal it, then we have all the applications and everything is running on SIM card. So I have like a latest GPS coordinates where it is.
So explosive detector also could be an option anyway.
Maybe one day, if it's really needed for Latvia, we can discuss it.
I heard about one startup which could be box like with cooling option.
Right now we are using like a PCB boxes. So basically your groceries, which are really like ice cream and stuff, you can put into this box, which is inside of that, and it will keep like 2 or 3 hours like normal. So basically, when you get your groceries, you don't need to be home. Right now, around Estonia, a lot of trouble is because they give you like a time frame, like 2 hours, you need to be home, and nobody wants to stay home for that. So basically, we solve that also with this one. And we are in the middle of discussions actually right now with companies like Omniva, for example, that pretty soon, I believe, we can send also packages from that. So basically, it's like a
localized Omniva, yeah.
No, it's the biggest. It's like owned by government. So
cool.
And others actually are saying right now that we already started with a pilot. We will have in Christmas time about 20 homes already, and actually we haven't got any negative answer from delivery guys.
Welcome back, Jana.
So
she's here.
Looks like.
Jana, you're muted.
Sorry, guys. I thought, at office will be better connection, but I'm using my phone, so this is like. But maybe it was a sign that we need to go further with the problem. And I will try again to share my screen, and I hope that I will not disappear. Oh, yeah. So the problem is really simply that you need to, you need really with this sentence, you should emerge person into this world what you are living. If you do understand the pain of those people who would like to develop their musician career, then you cannot expect that the investors and mentors do understand this pretty well. They do understand money, but not the internal life of the musician. So you just immerge them into there. So for example, as I'm reading here, that the better example that we build better analyzing platform for hospitals. We build better antiseptics for medical devices. It's too generic. It doesn't, okay, what's the problem with the nowadays solution? So this is always the question. So the good example here is that the analyzing the results from MRI is difficult, time consuming and expensive. So when I do not understand anything, I do know that there is MRI, but I don't know how much does it cost, how long does it take time. As a patient, maybe if someday I will have MRI, then I will be only wondering why it takes hour or two to give me the results. So it means that here you just take the person and bring them into your world. So for them to clearly understand, okay, now I know that if there is this MRI, then it is expensive, it takes a lot of time, which is not good, and it's difficult. So it's complicated, and only very highly educated personnel can deal with it. So then I have the scope of the problem, and then I want to hear the solution. So let's play around with the problem, and let's, for me, sorry, I've lost your 12 minutes with this connection. Let's try maybe 10 problems. Really, who will be the first? Then we can analyze this. Chat.
Sorry, I didn't understand what's our task now?
To write the problem, to explain the problem, and again, preferably in one sentence, for me to understand. So for example, Biyukio is writing that long hours but digital screens leads us to eye strain, trouble falling asleep, or even headaches. You can specify a little bit, the idea is that you are building now the first part of the first puzzle, and you want your solution to fit into the puzzle perfectly. So if you want to tell me about the long hours by digital screens, it even means that, for example, some kind of tracker that don't be so for so long time behind the screen, have a rest, I don't know, all kind of these solutions which are already available. So be more specific to understand about like when the next sentence should be like your solution. And one more trick which you can use while you are formulating your problem. So imagine that you will be talking to your grandma, for example, about the microgravity simulator. So she will ask you what, and then you want she to understand your entire world, why you are so patient about the microgravity. Then you're creating the problem that you are describing the pain, the problem which is now. So for example, there is so expensive to go to get, or like expensive and complicated to get the place on the shuttle or spacecraft, and I don't know, to send to get your instrument on board of the spacecraft, blah blah blah, then we cannot deliver such kind of experiments. So you are describing the problem which is today, when there is no solution, and you are making this worst. So the next sentence can be that what will happen if nobody will solve this problem. So if we talk about the digital screens and the eye stain and so on, so you already like trying to describe that if you are so long time and there's blue light, then your eyes will be tired, and then by the end of the day you will have the headaches, or I don't know, some troubles with your vision. So these two sentences, and then you just stick your solution that, you know, we come up with this idea and we now solve all the problems, and all this pain is disappeared. So don't want to wait for package delivery. Each statement, it's not a problem. So the problem can be some kind of, I don't know, so many hours of waiting, or so many packages are damaged of wrong handling, or I don't know. In the next 3 years, banks will close 25%. Branches and call centers are not ready to get overloaded with calls with too much load per agent.
I was trying to be fast.
Yeah. I mean, this is very good. You have. I'm really sorry. I need to take one call. Just and my connection is.
It's okay.
Do you know some trick to turn off the calls? Because okay, so I really like it, because, for example, I didn't know about that in 3 years banks really, like, I haven't thought about it, that they will shrink, and of course all this workload will go to the call centers. So you can even like, this is very nice that, but I would start with this burnout, because you have solution about the burnout.
Yes. Yeah.
You can start with that so many of call centers workers are burnt, like experiencing burnout. And that's like, or
yeah, we can go with digits because it is analyzed already. So we can start with the percentage of turnover among agents because of burnout is this. And in the next 3 years, banks will close 25% of branches, which will increase the workload per agent, and it will make the problem even higher.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. Yes. And for example, when you start to pitch, then you can always start again with this pane. And for example, you can start with the pane that when you are calling some calling center and you like listen this awful music.
Yeah.
And why you are waiting because of this burnout, because of this, blah, blah. Then you really can, you know, bring over us to the world what you are trying to make better. But it's I like the numbers. Our solution brings a winner to the antibacterial combat. Of course you are a winner, but where's the problem? Alessia, now it's about the problem. Okay, Trino, accessibility to migraine therapies and lifestyle guides is insufficient. Treatment is only medication-based. Yeah, and I would like really, Trino, that if you, there was not a woman voice for the migration. I really would like if you bring some numbers, because I would say that every time when you talk about the health, numbers really matter. It's like it makes you like really professional.
It means that that 5 times better or something like that numbers, or what numbers do you
even
mean?
can bring I suppose that you could bring out the number of people like suffering from migration and
Kind of accessibility to 1.7 million migrant patients for therapies and lifestyle and so on, something like that.
Yes, some kind of like for us to understand the scale of the problem.
Okay,
So
thank you.
as it was with this call center, this like you immediately understand the scale of the problem. Negative information searching and analyzing is time consuming. Liga.
Yes.
Please continue.
I will add numbers. Yes.
Not only numbers, but when you talk so rightly that when you approaching the new customer, then maybe you need really to get the screening of his or her reputation. And this is time consuming, and this is not maybe sometimes it's a little bit confusing what is right and what is wrong, or maybe somebody who cannot do this work. So start with the problem whom are you aiming, some enterprises or like business or
financial institutions, actually.
Financial institutions. So it means that before verification, they would like to get the profile of the person, his digital footprint, and this is time consuming or like lacking of the structure, or so they have some kind of structure or the list of some kind of
actually they are searching information in Google. So they are searching in Google and then analyzing, and they making print to save these print screens. So it's not effective.
So this is what you should talk about.
Yeah.
This is because they not only looking for the negative information, but they try to really create the profile to analyze or to work with as trustworthy as possible and as soon as possible and as cheap as possible. Okay, excess of organic waste production in the world releases contaminant gases, and at the same time a lot of people doesn't have basic services. Ara, I think you were trying to be very fast. But if your product is for the development countries, then you can start from it. That in development countries there is a sanitary catastrophe because of they are like living very close to each other. They don't have this essential infrastructure, And the treatment of the organic waste is essential to keep them safe and not to be contaminated, or like not to touch with to be in touch with contaminated products. So very easy. Then you are bringing very easily person into the problematic what you are trying to solve. So because you are like describing the problem and you don't talk about the solution, and then the solution will be that this big problematic organic waste you just turn to electricity and gas, which is very useful. So you are like creating this. So this is the path what you should create. That this is the big problem which is we are facing now, and we are the smart guys who are bringing you solution.
And just lastly, can I also put some numbers about how many organic trash?
Yes, of course. You always can put the numbers, but please not overdo them. You just pick up some very specific numbers, and it will be really. If you just bring here the number of the persons who are hungry is not good, but if you're taking the specific like area or specific niche, that for example in this kind of areas there are these people who are I don't know, like warm climate and not treating properly the organic waste, then you can like go from it, because as I mentioned already, your problem and solutions should fit to each other like perfectly. Okay, Gulnara. CO2 capturing and transportation costs hundreds millions with current technology. Yeah, there's different technologies now which are used to capture the CO2, and of course they are not efficient absolutely, because the problem is not only the transportation and capturing, but so you are losing too much money for transport, capturing and storage, and then it's not already there's nothing to do with this CO2, like captured CO2. So again, you can play with a huge amount of different numbers, but just take those which you can really solve, or you can start to solve. Okay, then 80% of big health data, such as scientific publications, patients' class, trial information, electronic health records, etc., are unstructured, and its volume increases by 40. Blah, blah. There is simply way too much data for any human to read, analyze, and understand. So we are talking about the pharmaceutical discoveries now.
Yes.
I just would really. Maybe you could start with the so because you are aiming the pharmaceutical, I assume some R&D institutions,
yes,
and persons. So what is for them the problem? For them is just my ideas that for them is the problem is the speed of how quickly they can like say that this is the good, this is not, and like proceed further with the development.
Yes.
So you can start from it that, for example, especially in pandemic, we have faced the problem that the pharmaceutical development and research process should be efficient and very quickly. Then you can continue with this big health data is such amount, and it increases in pandemic. So nobody can like deal with it, but the cost of mistake is really huge, and it's in human lives. And then you just pitch your solution.
Okay, good. Thank you.
It is necessary to keep in mind many dates and related activities to prepare gifts and flowers. Yeah, but Vera, I suppose you could use a little bit of storytelling here. That I mean, not to say, imagine the guy who is, I don't know, in his 30 and have like, I don't know, too many relatives, girlfriends, and so on. But just again, whom are you aiming? And just again, try to explain like from his life view that these flowers is really extremely important in the right time, in the right place. And for, I don't know, for businessmen or for whom are you targeting, and try
from
to
right people.
what
right place from right people.
Yes, exactly. So this matrix should work perfectly, and if you miss a little bit, then it's like over. So just think about who is your like gold client. What is his struggle? Why he is struggling with this memorizing the dates? Because you cannot, like, it's really very, you know, if he says that, oh, sorry, I forgot because it was not in my priorities, then he will be
no
immediately.
You can't do it.
Yes, but of course it's not in our priorities, you know, to keep in memory like all the dates and to whom what kind of gifts should go. So just try to a little bit like elaborate about what is the struggle and why he just forget about it. And you just like, yes, and he forgets.
They are busy multitasking and so on.
Yeah, and of course, like to put the flowers is not like in to-do list. Like how to get this into the list, and we do this. We put it into the list because it's really important to keep the connection, to show your loyalty, and to live forever happily after. Okay, then the possible locations of EV charging stations are dependent and limited by central electricity grid. Yep, I like it very much. You could really elaborate and add again numbers about how quickly the number of EV is growing, and for example, you can even play a little bit with this. That you are using green energy, then for example, here in Estonia, we are still burning oil shale, and Tesla is not greener than my old sport car. So urban dwellers don't have a space to store a full-size kayak. Rental places have strict working hours and don't have freedom to choose a new place to pedal. Okay, it's very niche, it's very clear. The only, Jan, is that you could again bring a little bit, when you go to the niche, you should show that this niche is not very, very small, because if the niche is only 100%, then you cannot do business there. So, but you should always like show that the niche which you are entering with your product is enough for making business, and it's growing. Then it's like we can talk about the investments. Daily and hours long music practice routine can be frustrating, exhausting without an expensive coach or musician partner, I suppose, which is not available to most, and that gradually leads to quitting. Okay, it's very emotional. Unfortunately,
it's still more for kids and youngsters. It's not for grown-ups.
Mm-hmm. So your product is for kids and
students.
So students.
Mostly. It can be also amateur musicians.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, I do understand the problem.
Not easy.
Yeah, maybe, you know, just because when we talk about the pharmaceutic and some vaccines, and then we talk about the hobbies, then I want some kind of like, you know, more heavier, like diligence, like why you want to do it, like why it is really necessary to play the guitar. But because it's really necessary, and I'm really looking forward to get this app, because my fingers are not very good in playing guitar.
Yeah,
but
in music school, you have no option. You should practice and these hours
And the only option in music school is when parents are strong enough, you know, to kick the kids to study.
Right.
And when the parent is quitting, then kids like say yes. So yeah, it's very nice.
It's 50-50. Child can refuse so much that parents can help.
Yeah, so you can elaborate a little bit about it. So to be sure, because now it's not sure that it's for kids and students. Okay, micro companies lag behind in digitizing their work processes, missing out on customers and losing time every day. Yep. I suppose it's understandable. Very often you can the only answer what you can bring in that the digitizing is sometimes seems to be very complicated for the micro companies, because in micro company one person is like doing everything. So you can a little bit like bring that the digitizing or using some kind of the software which is for big companies is really complicated to implement, because it's even the starting to use this platform like really needs a lot of time. Okay, using machine learning is expensive for businesses, time consuming for specialists in the field, and unfriendly for beginners. And again, I will ask, so maybe we don't need to use the machine learning if it's so unfriendly for us. So here in you should bring in that the machine learning is very important in this and these fields, but we are lacking of the specialists, because but this machine learning is so complicated that only like highly experienced specialists can do it. So this is then it will be the problem, that you should really show that there is a certain need for this machine learning, and we need to struggle, and we really need to do it. Current space platforms cost tens of thousands of euros with long waiting times for a single experiment, while ground-based alternatives suffer from lack of customization and easy use in laboratories. This cuts off hundreds of research groups doing science. Yep, very understandable. The current EV charging networks is too dependent on national grids. It limits the freedom of movement, still hands-on fossil, and is not adapted to the future increase in electrical demand. Yep, I love it. Very nice. It's like you have everything. That what is now situation, and really we still are greening or like greenwashing our electrical cars, and but the demand of the EVs only growing, and we really need to do something, because we cannot just increase the consumption of the fossils. And the heat flow sensor, since the real value of thermal insulation of building is not available to be evaluated now, the quality and energy efficiency is questionable. Again, you see when so now when you are building, you just some architect or the building specialists, they are taking their AutoCAD or some other program and just making the calculations, and then get the number of the insulation they should install. But if you're just stating that it's questionable, it means it is not good voice, nice tone of voice. So you should like bring out something that if you have really evidence that the standardized I don't know, amount of insulation or the quality of insulation is not enough, but it's just because of the calculation or inputs for the calculation were not relevant, or now we can do better and we can save material or make it more efficient or something like this. Oh, you are doing really great, I would say. Really. So, solution. And now it comes very easy because you have already stated what you try to do. And now you have told me what is the problem. And now I want to find this really very, very nice solution. So, because every problem can be solved in a very different ways. So you should bring the evidences that your solution is really the best. It really like solves this problem. So for example, if the solution is described as better and more modern social network, it doesn't tell me anything absolutely. But for example, it was one app for e-commerce. So the easy to use e-commerce app that empowers large and small retailers with customizable online store and secure check. So you read the sentence, and if sentence is built up correctly, then you can understand that you are making this app and it will be easy to use, and the retailers can customize the online storage. Easy. So this is like, then it will be very understandable. So we're not gonna go through the solutions now, otherwise we will have more 30, 40 minutes. But I hope that now you are like, for you, it's more clear what I want to see in this one pages, that it's very, very clear. And you are you by yourself is very empathetic. You do understand that, and you assume that person in front of you do not know like everything what you know. But he really eager to understand what are you doing and why you are doing. That's why you are describing the problem and sticking the solution there. Then when we go to the one pager, so when you get this problem and solution, then we are waiting that you are talking about your target group. So whom are you targeting? That's why I already asked you during the one-liner and the problem that who is your like, I call them golden clients. Of course, you will have like the golden clients, so those ones who bring you the most of the money, and then the tails, you know, from different sides. But so who is this? And by this target, when you're defining the target group, then it's much more easier for you to define what is the problem, because you should know the target group as good as possible. That's why there is a lot of and you will be talking with my Latvian colleague. Janice, I forgot about Vesturs about this persona and everything, because it's so important to understand who is your person, like to whom you are targeting. Then it will be much more easier to make not only describe the business model, because how you will approach your customer, how much money they can or they would like to pay. Or maybe your target group is like the beneficiary is one group, but the person who is paying is absolutely another group. It's everything which connects with the kids, for example, or if it's medical devices. Very often the patient himself doesn't pay for this medical device, but it should be the hospitals or all these institutions who are, I don't know, making certificates or delivering these medical devices. They are your customers. And for example, here that the customers are dog owners. It seems that already very like specified, but when we talk about this online dog food delivery system, then you should understand that the real target group is very specific. their customers, they are small and medium-sized dog owners. So these ones who do not need, these big bags of their food. And they're living in the big cities of the USA. They are lonely or in their relationships, but very often not married or no kids. So this small dog is their best friend. And what is their age? So we know that 25 till 40 is the top of the career. So the person earns the most at that time. And they even specified so how many such kind of users they would have, and what is the turnover of this size of the market. So for them, it's very clear already how much money they can raise, how much money they can earn, and so on. Then when you get your target group, then it's very easy to go with go-to-market and with competitors, because you know very specifically who and what is doing. So for example, if you just write in the in go-to-market, you just write about you will do ads in Facebook, it's not enough. I mean, everybody do already ads in Facebook, but you should really know, like, for example, if you would like to do, okay, sorry, I really like this microgravity simulator. It made my evening today. Then this microgravity, do you really need Facebook? You maybe Facebook, but some groups where the persons or like the scientists who are working with this kind of devices, and you are discussing there, or there are some kind of other platforms where there's discussions and the crowd who are already like eager to get this product. Then you are not just selling, you are really solving the problem of your customers. This is like what kind of like state of mind you should find, that you are not selling. Your purpose is not to sell. Your purpose is to really solve the problem. And especially when you go to B2B, you don't need the Facebook. You maybe create the groups. It's, I suppose, the maximum. Or you know that they are sitting in some very, I don't know, Viber, for example. It's very, very strange. Or like Telegram is now very common to use for some very niche and specific groups. And then, of course, the most interesting is business and revenue model. And all this monetizing via advertisement in our apps or just subscription is not enough to create or describe the revenue model. It just think about, like, if you do understand what is the problem of this person, then how he is ready to pay. So how big is this problem? Is this problem like really essential for life, and he really like wants to pay for it like hundreds of thousands of euros, or this is like nice to have, and then he really would like to pay for very, very small amount. So just think about, and of course how you will, as you might understand, it's very closely connected with go-to-market and competitors. How much money do they can ask for their product or similar products or competitive products? And the acquisition of the first customer is the most expensive. So how you can like use your product, how your product can be so understandable that the acquisition costs could be the lowest. It's everything like goes and balance in your business model. Then how much money you should spend to deliver the product, to get one customer to know about your product, to start to buy, to keep buying, and to tell another person to buy, and to be evangelist of your product. So all this is paid by you, because you deliver the information, you sell them, and you keep them, and you deliver them so nice service that they want to, like, they first of all, they agree, okay, to put you a high rating, and then they're so happy to have the solution what you are providing that they're starting to promote you. So this is how where you want to get, and this everything brings your business model into this dynamic system where you find like where you can where you would like to spend money, where you save money, and how to put them work together. And then the current status is what we want to know, that and it's also like a rule of thumb that if you just have your idea and you have nice maybe presentation, but you haven't done anything, then mentors and investors are thinking maybe they don't believe into their product, maybe they're not enough, like even not so much about the dedication, but if you really love what you're doing, if you really believe that this solution really will help people, you are eager to do it, you are dedicated, and you're bootstrapping and you're doing. That's why it's really important to show what you have now. So just what have you achieved so far, and in what stage is prototype? Maybe you have like your hardware solution done, but now you want to create the software around it, and you know that it works. So all kind of evidence that the idea what you are working is really worth to prototype it and go further to the market. The team you already know, and it was very perfect. There were some mess and in some of the proposals that it wasn't understandable. Do you have this competence on board already or not? It's like should be this, but then it was some LinkedIn link. So is this person in your team or not? So, and of course, for Protatron, because we are talking a lot about the technical solutions, it's really very nice when you have a business guy and engineering guy. So both of the competencies on board from the beginning. And the perfect world, of course, is somebody who is only working with the business, with some revenue and cash flows, and some person who is only dedicated for the tech stuff, and one is selling person. So this is the person who is not working, who is like front office. So he is pitching, he is sitting in Zoom, he is writing, everything doing, and then he is delivering the analyzed information to his comrades because they need to make work. But selling person, his work is to talk with me, to ask me, to talk with mentors, and to pitch as much as possible, and so on. Then the key milestones. I would really appreciate if you write, and very many of you has understood it very correctly while the proposal, that for me it's very important to know if you are in Protatron, so what are you doing now? And if we give you 30,000 euro, then what happens? So what you're gonna do with this? For example, if you need 1 million, then I don't know if my 30,000 euro can help you. Also in Protatron, we do not give money for marketing. Because marketing, you need marketing when the product is ready, when the product is validated, when you know that it works, when you have already the satisfied customers, and only what you need now is really push it to the market. Then you need marketing. But for marketing, I do believe that you already need investor, because investor would like to come when you have at least like one paying customer, because it means that product is done. It's okay. It's especially digital products, they are never done, but at least it already makes the job what it's supposed to be done. There's customer, paying, and now you need to scale up. Then of course you go already to the investors, because it's already like just business. Because Product Run, we try really to help those who are like, we try to be very risky money than when you are just building, when you are just trying to get this paying customer. Maybe you have your prototype, but you see that it doesn't match the needs of the market, or you haven't found this good solution, or you have found a good solution and now you need to repair something, for example. So this is the key milestone. So the perfect would be that you write down how much money you need and what could you do with this money in a timeline not longer than 1 year. So because now in Product Run we have more than 80 companies in our portfolio, and it's so I really would like to get those who are like in this, on this edge, that I just give them money and they are making this jump. So this is the perfect what I would like, this like gold situation, but of course the life is not so easy. And then the proposal, but we don't have this here, but in our one pager. But proposal is really very important when you get your one pager done and you are happy with this. And of course, please, if some very good designer will do it everything, then please ask him to keep it editable. Because when you talk with mentors, or when you talk with investor, or when you send, we call them venture clients. So the client who is ready to pay now your money and develop further the product. So they are not the right customers, but they are like investor and customer in one role, or in one phase. So the proposal, when you send your one pager to, for example, to investor, then you say, I'm Jana, I don't know what I'm managing the super awesome fund Product Run. Please find attached my one pager, and I would like, I don't know, to set up a call with you, or I would like you to look at it, and we can talk about, and we are raising money now, so you can have a look and we can have a talk, or have a coffee, lunch, and everything behind the Zoom. So some kind of proposal, what you do. Yes, that's all. We have also revenue forecast, but it's like 2021. If you get money, so what you can achieve with this year. I know that the most valuable information is not your graphs. Everyone can draw the graphs like this, goes our profit, but the most valuable information will be if you write your, for example, runway, that how much money you need, for example, to complete the product, or to meet the needs, or some kind of agreements with the first potential customer. So what you can do, and if you get, I don't know, 20,000 euro, then you can finalize it until then. Or if you, for example, need really 50,000 and my selling is 35, then I don't know, if I give you 35, then maybe you just be in the middle of nowhere, and that's all. So just this is information what I really would like to get at. What is this runway? So for how long you can really struggle yet and bootstrap until you have your product done, or it's at least done to be presented to the customers. And then also, what are the revenue drivers? So what should happen, or what should you get accomplished before you can get the money from the customers. And that's all.